Facebook just says 1 hour. I think they rounded up or down. See, they got the red truck out today at the San Antonio Heights Fire Department. So here we are at a height, an altitude of 3,000 feet. Basically having climbed 1,000 feet and run 5 miles at the same time. So now I'm up here and this feels good. Correction, it feels great. I've reached a point where I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost over 20 pounds. And doing this on a regular basis, once you get winded and your legs and your knees and your ankles and your feet become stronger, it just becomes a part of you and you just want to keep doing it. So I don't usually stop and rest morning here on the bench. I do a little bit, but I'm gonna let this lady, give her some space. She's probably heading all the way down to the bottom just like me, all the way back down the foothill. Yeah. So basically, once this level of activity becomes a regular thing in your life, you're going to notice that other things are a lot easier, because exercise is a stress reliever, of course, and the endorphin thing is real. The endorphin high, the endorphin buzz is real, and you find that your level of energy is higher. And I find that by doing the run followed by the swim, adding the swim to the regimen gives me an even higher level of energy. And I mean energy overall, energy for life, right? Not just energy to exercise with. In my family, I have established with my children the virtues of the Lockett character, the Lockett person, the Lockett family. And those virtues are the virtues that result from a life of intense rationality. And they are independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride. And if anyone were to ask my son, Kai especially, he would recite those virtues to you in that order, actually. And what I have found is that embracing, these are the products of the philosophy of rational objectivism as codified by the author Ayn Rand, to be totally candid and cite my sources. As I embody these virtues, my personal power gets stronger, gets higher, and my sphere of influence expands, you see? Because by living a person, this is what we call rational selfishness, okay? Because if you are rationally selfish, then you're going to be a person that embodies independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride. I'm going to save pride for last, because a lot of my friends, especially my fellow Christians and Catholics, get a little uncomfortable about pride. But Plato said, pride is the crown of all virtues. In other words, pride is the feeling that results from setting standards of behavior for yourself and then living up to those standards. Be that running, or completing a college degree, or finishing high school for that matter, or any type of educational endeavor, or any type of endeavor, running a business, raising children, raising a child, whatever it is, right? But if you set standards of behavior for yourself and live up to those standards, then that feeling that results is well-deserved pride. And anyway, by embodying all of the virtues of independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride, then you will find that you become a person of honor because you represent yourself consistently in the world. And people know that they can trust you. They can see it. It becomes etched in your face. It becomes etched in your eyes. It becomes a part of you. As you grow in character, more and more people will come to rely on you and depend on you. And that's an expansion of your sphere of influence. That's an expansion of your personal. All you have left is to continue to live that example, that embodiment of those virtues. And of course, continue to expand your sphere of influence. Continue to increase your personal power. Okay? Those of you who are, I'm not going to send you to read Atlas Shrugged. You will decide to read Atlas Shrugged whenever you feel like it. But there is the Introduction to Objectivist Philosophy by Ayn. There were only a couple of stations in Spain. Thank you for the comment there. I appreciate it. There were only a couple of TV stations in Spain in Spanish, and they were good because they helped me aprender el español, ¿no? Viviendo en España. Helped me learn Spanish. And there were, it was AFARTS, right? Armed Forces Radio and TV Network, but who wants to watch that? So we would go to the Stars and Stripes bookstore. I was stationed in Spain. It was a wonderful experience. And I was about 20 years old. I picked up a copy of The Virtue of Selfishness. If you'd like me to email you a PDF copy of The Virtue of Selfishness, put it in the comments, right? Or it's part of La Universidad Complutense de Madrid, the University of Madrid. So yes, I came out of pocket and paid for classes, art classes, and I was also a university student. So I met a lot of young ladies, not only from the United States, but from all over the world that were studying. And so, they were college chicks, and it was a book thing, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to keep going. You get it, right? You get it. I've always had a big book collection. Actually, and clothes combined. I'm being very serious with you. So, anyway, I thought the cover of this book would be a good conversation starter, so I brought it home. I just got up, made breakfast, kind of bored. I decided to grab that one. And that short book, it's not a very long book, not a very thick book. Like I said, if you want it, I'll send it to you in PDF. It was the beginning of my awakening, and it changed my life. I had a very philosophical conversation with my mom last night. Is what you want as a parent from the perspective of an objectivist is for your children to individuate. That's the best way to enjoy the blessing of life that we all have. We were all given life individually, and we all deserve to live our individual lives. No one was put here to be the slave of anyone else, especially not my children. So, those selfish. And I think that's the most important thing. Anyway, on the flat part, So it's time for me to put, and you can look at the slopey part behind me. See up there? It's going straight up. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to catch you guys on my swim, as always. The new sexy is the only sexy. I want you to stay blessed, and I want you to stay healthy. Peace.